Hello and happy Valentine's Day, everybody! To celebrate this romantic holiday, we're going to be taking a look at the Handmade beauty box for February 2015. To get us in the romantic mood, the Handmade beauty box provided us with a lipstick tutorial. It comes with full color instructions, which on the back give 2 recipes for a pink and a red lipstick, which I'll be using for this tutorial, a pre-made lipstick base, 24 lipstick tubes and caps, 4 different colors of micas ranging from red to pink, and some nice beautiful labels, a little bowl, and 4 droppers. I'm not gonna lie, I have never made a cosmetic of any kind before. Up until a few months ago, I didn't even wear makeup aside from the occasional flavored chapstick, so I'm still new to wearing makeup and I have never made makeup. So I'm actually very excited for this tutorial and I hope everything goes well. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to quickly clean your little bowl that they give you, because it does get a little bit of the dust from the packaging. But once you've cleaned it off, you have to scoop your base into the little bowl. I'm not going to lie, it was a little hard to do. It wasn't a big amount, so it wasn't completely rock hard, but it's very firm like you would expect a lip balm to be. It was a little hard to scoop out. I did have a little bit of trouble. And while you're doing that, just take some spoons and pop them into the freezer. You don't have to, it's optional, but I recommend it for people that make these kinds of things. Metal ones work best, but you can use plastic. If you choose to use metal ones, please do not use them again for food. You do not want to have lipstick tasting food. It's ugh. I have some spoons. I finally got some spoons dedicated only to soap and cosmetic and everything making, so these are fine. But you're just going to want to scoop it out into the little bowl and get ready to melt it on 30-second increments till it's melted. As you can see, I have a giant waxy mess on my countertop. What happened? Well, when I scooped out all of the base into that little bowl and I put it in the microwave, it had fully melted, but it was completely level with the surface of the bowl, and of course, being that there was no lid, I tried everything to get it out and try not to spill everything. In the process, I got lipstick base all over my microwave, all over the stove, all over the countertop, and in the process I also burned all 10 of my fingertips. It wasn't severe, but it hurt a tiny bit, so I recommend using a different container. Now, if you're going to be making a red and a pink lipstick, split the batch into 2, about a 1/4 cup each. If you're just making one color, that's fine. You don't have to split it, but I'm going to split it for the purpose of this tutorial. I'm starting off by mixing the pink base together, and I'll leave the recipe for how to make the pink lipstick in the description below, but I'm mixing it and I'm having a very hard time keeping it from solidifying. I ended up microwaving it once or twice to keep it warm, but for some reason it was solidifying big time. I get the feeling the lipstick base that spilled everywhere earlier, I get the feeling that that was part of the pink batch, and thus I had less than the red, and I was just having a very hard time getting it to mix properly. So just keep microwaving it in little bursts. If this happens to you, you just gotta power through it. Make sure that all the mica is mixed. You don't want powdery mica all over your lips when you try to apply this. Before you start pouring, now is the chance to check the color if you want. Remember that frozen spoon I told you about, putting the spoon in the freezer? Take it out now and dip it right into your mix. It's going to completely harden to the spoon and you'll be able to see the final color. Now keep in mind, lipstick isn't always what you see is what you get. Sometimes it's a little lighter. So keep that in mind. Maybe apply a little teeny bit to your lips from the frozen spoon, but this is the best way to check the color. I decided not to. I wanted to be surprised with what the tutorial provided. So when you're ready to start putting into the tube, cut off the ends of the droppers to create a bigger opening. Just squeeze some base up and put it into the tubes. It's going to take probably maybe 2.5 to 3 dropperfuls. I, as you can see, got a little impatient and thought my Pyrex container would be a suitable alternative, but I don't have a very steady hand, so if you're like me and you're a little clumsy, stick to the droppers. Because I had that base spill earlier with the lipstick base, I ended up having more for the red. So I'm going to end up having way more red lipsticks than I will pink, but that's fine because I wear both. So it, as a result, did mix a little better. So I'm suspecting if you make only one color, it's going to be really easy to mix this. But remember my tip, if you want to know what the color looks like, take the spoon out of the freezer, dip it in, see if you like it. Again, I'm going with just what the tutorial says, so I just want to see what it looks like. I think I'll like it. It looks nice in person. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but I think it looks really nice. I'm excited to try this. I'm looking for a good red, because sometimes they turn out a little pink, but the cold spoon trick is a good way to make sure you end up with a color you like. But like I said, I want to be surprised. And I decided once again that the Pyrex method is faster, but it is messier, so heed my warning, clumsy people, use the droppers. But I ended up having way more red lipsticks than I did the pink because of this spill, so, you know, keep in mind you may have a much more even batch than I will.